once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my space. Thank you so much for all the love, the subscription, the comments, the engagement. I say it, and not only do I say it, I appreciate it so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so at this very moment. Thanks, boo. And if you have subscribed, a million thank yous. Okay, I am not alone. I am Unoma Kuku and I'm never alone. I'm here with my teddy bear, Bobby, as you would say, Bobby. Thank you again for being here with me. So, today's video, it's sort of a tricky one because I've been very, so reluctant with recording or filming this because it's something very personal and it's something fresh, something that is actively happening in my life. And it's what has been occupying most of my mind lately. And it is heartbreak from family, you know? And I remember saying to my sister this one time that I just feel like I am so alone. Like, she has a daughter, she has a mom, the grandmother has a grandchild, the cousins have their own kids, I'm literally just the only one without a sibling in the house, without a daughter or son of my own, not like my grandmother is passed as well. So I truly felt like I was so alone. And even though in the full scope of things, everyone has been there, but it's it hits differently when you're faced with something like an issue and you have to calculate the many ways in which you have to approach people in the sense of asking for help when and as opposed to when you probably have a grandmother. Like, I wouldn't be shy to go to my grandmother to ask for help. I wouldn't be shy to go to my dad, even though sometimes it wasn't received well, maybe, because of circumstances. But it was a thing of, if I am faced with something, they are the first people I ran to, and them being gone, I would have to sit with the problem and try to see who would be fit to help and who would take it well and who wouldn't be harsh, and all of those gymnastics when already you are faced with a problem are not necessary. So that's what has been like for me. And even though there's been people in the family that have always stepped up and showed up, which I truly appreciated, I I was never homeless. I never went to bed on an empty stomach unless it's the whole family. It would never be directed to me personally that I'm being mistreated. That was never the case, and I'm truly appreciative of that. But even so, there's always been a lack. There's always been a reminder of something or someone that is missing, and that has rocked me upside down. And quite recently, something happened and something has been happening that has further widened, I don't say resentment, the pain. It just dug the pain deeper. It just dug the pain even deeper, the wound rather. It dug the wound very deep. And I wasn't looking at it like that in the sense of aloneness until quite recent, like Friday. I was on a call with my partner, and so he says that, oh, his siblings are home, and my housemate was also like, she's going home, and in that moment, me and her had made plans to just sit in at night and just have good food. So we went out and bought good food. So when she left, I truly, even though I appreciate times that I spent by myself, but when you make your plan with someone and then something happens and they have to go, which is what happened. And now I'm just like, oh, okay. But also it's like, nah, it's fine. I'll chill alone. I'll listen to music, watch a movie, just have fun. I have fun when I'm alone, right? So that was my plan. Good. And she left. And as I was on a call with my partner, we're talking and we're laughing. I am so happy to be talking to him. And he says he has to go. His siblings are around. So he just wants to go inside and see what's up. And I was not mad at that, but it took me to a place where I felt like I wish I had that for myself, like the closeness, the tightness, like family dynamics, which is like I can't relate to that. And I remember on a call, so I just said, "Oh, okay, go do that," because also I can't be like, "No, you're talking to me." No, that's very selfish. So I was just like, "Oh, okay, you can go. You'll call back." And then he went, and well, we hung up. He ended the call, and strange enough, like a few minutes later, he calls back again and is like, "Hey, dude, like, are you sure you're okay?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." I really wasn't okay. I really wasn't okay. And after, no, after the first time we hung up, I literally couldn't hold it in. I just burst into tears. And it wasn't like hysterical crying. It just felt like I am pained by what is happening, so much so that I am avoiding, to a large extent, going home. And that's not nice. Like, even though it is not the greatest of places, even though the relationships are not that great, I wanted to always have, like, oh my goodness, just for grounding and for balance. It didn't need the relationships there to be perfect. I always appreciated my family, and we haven't always been the closest, but I have always carried my family in such a great place in my heart that I thank God that I am not going through life alone. I thank God that there's people that I call family, some other people don't, right? But after what happened, it felt for me that there's been a bridge now. And I remember asking my housemates, I remember asking my younger sister, I remember asking my partner, wait, am I actually exaggerating by feeling this way? Am I actually exaggerating by reacting the way that I am for feeling this pain as deeply as I am feeling it? And because I feel so guilty, even though I am aware that it did break my heart, what happened, it did break my heart. And it still does, like, it still aches because it carries like a sentimental memory that I feel like I'm on the verge of losing because of what happened. Unfortunately, right now I'm not in a position to speak about it, especially on camera. But a very beautiful and a very sacred memory is threatened by what is happening, and that breaks my heart even more, because like one of my biggest fears in this life is losing a part of my mind that carries significant memories. But right now, it is not just losing the part of my mind. I feel like I'm forced to forget, those memories, and I can't revisit them. I can't have access to people that are dear to me, and, people that I've loved. And so, yeah, right now it's just kind of shaky because I feel like now I'm forced to being outside of like home, and being outside of home also creates some detachment to the family, because I'm just like, I can't overlook everything that has happened and everything that is happening because I'm in pain. Like, I'm not even going to pretend about it. I can't. And from their perspective, it's kind of like they are not understanding, and things should just go back to normal. And now it raises that question, which, am I over exaggerating by reacting this way when everyone else has moved on, or everyone else doesn't see anything wrong in what's going on? But also my family, and like my family, the dynamic of my family, we're not like very confrontational. We would not like sit down and address matters. So I guess that's where it's coming from, that we move past things. But me personally, that's something that I have been unlearning intentionally, that I don't want to move past things. But now, right now, I'm alone carrying this burden, and I have no one to go to because everyone has moved past it. Like, everyone has moved on from it. I'm expected to move on as well. And I guess that is the painful part right now, that it's either I disregard my feelings and my emotions and the pain that I'm going through right now, and make space to accommodate my family, or for however long I need to, I have to actually detach like from my family. I don't want to say cut off, but I have to detach and create boundaries also, and be able and willing to express that I am not comfortable with this whole thing that is going on. So because of that, I choose to distance myself slightly just until I get to a position where I'm fine with like moving on from it, because I know that it won't be addressed. And if it is addressed, then it will brew further conflict, which that's not like my intention. So yeah, that felt good. It felt good voicing that out. It felt good voicing out how like my emotions around this whole thing, like this moment of my life, which has been like quite a heavy thing to carry. But yeah, that's that's where I'm at right now, and that's what I wanted to chat about because it's been fully occupying my mind and taking up space for other things that I'd like to sit and talk about. But yeah, it is what it is, and when it is. So that's where I'd like to park it, guys. I have no points. I just needed to vent. Trust me, I had no points. There was no lesson. There was no moral of the story. I just needed to vent, and I did. Thank you so much for listening. YouTube culture. Don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, and to tell your friends, to tell their friends, to tell their friends, and their loved ones too, that there's been another episode and they can go on and check the other ones, right? Did I introduce myself this time? Did I? Did I introduce myself? Okay, it doesn't matter. All of that doesn't matter right now. I am Munoma Kukumanganye and Anghambi Gedwa. I am with this lovely teddy bear of mine. His name, his or her name, depending on the situation. Her gender is very circumstantial. Guys, bye. From me and mine to you and yours. Until next time, have a lovely night.